Welcome to the stream, everyone. My name is Brian Craig, and this, of course, is where MAGA comes to talk. This is amazing, okay? We are 2 days, as of this moment, if you're watching live as I'm speaking to you, we are 2 days and 3 hours away from President Trump's second inauguration. This is exciting. I mean, and we have a whole weekend of activities that President Trump is going to be participating in, and it's going to be out of this world. So I've got a lot to cover on the stream this morning. You also are welcome to call in. The number is toll-free no matter where you are listening, and if you are watching live, the toll-free number is pinned in the live chat. My name's Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Let's get into it. So, Adam Schiff, I'm not going to call this guy senator. I know he's got the title, but there's no way I'm calling this joker senator. And I want to share this video because this guy's just a lowlife. Out of everyone in the Congress that's currently in the Congress, is there anyone lower than Adam Schiff? So I'm going to play this video. Look, this is how it's described. Watch Adam Schiff duck questions from the Gateway Pundit following Pam Bondi's Senate confirmation hearing. And they ask him about the persecution of Trump and all of this lawfare. Because if you watched Attorney General Pam Bondi's confirmation hearing, get used to that, guys. Attorney General Pam Bondi. This is awesome stuff. The Trump miracle, man. These Democrats are very concerned about the Justice Department investigating and charging all these lawfare criminals. I'm sorry that they were doing crime. I'm sorry that Fannie Willis and that these judges and Merrick Garland and Jack Smith and Letitia and New York. I'm sorry they were all breaking the law, but they were breaking the law. So, what are we supposed to have our people go up there and promise not to investigate people that were breaking the law because they got a D next to their name? I don't think so. But the Gateway Pundit, this guy is Adam Schiff is a complete and utter sociopath. Listen to this joker.
Senator, you have been one of the most vocal critics of the incoming president for the last few years. Do you see any areas of compromise?
And if you look at this video, is he checking this woman out down there? You hear that noise? This woman's got some heels. They're asking him a question. Is he checking this woman out?
The incoming president for the last few years. Do you see any areas?
Yeah, it looks like he is. See her back there? What's he looking at?
Certainly, in fact, when he was president in his first term, I expressed an interest in working with him, directly to him, on lowering prescription drug prices, on infrastructure. Recall that we had 4 years of infrastructure week with no infrastructure. He has talked about lowering prices, and where he is interested in going after price gouging and going after anti-competitive behavior, large corporations, or rent fixing, or any other combination that is essentially driving up prices. I'm ready to work with him. Ready to work with my Republican colleagues. So there's lots of ground we can work together on. The most immediate that I want to work with him on is on...
Now, we don't want you... Trump doesn't want to work with you, Schiff, and we don't want you working with him.
Relief to the people affected by these fires.
Senator,
priority number one.
Now, here we go. Here's Gateway Pundit.
You seemed really concerned about weaponized justice in that hearing in there today. Why did you not feel the same way when Biden was in office and targeting Trump with politicized prosecutions?
Well, as we saw in New York when a case was allowed to go to completion, Donald Trump was found guilty of multiple felonies by a jury of his peers.
Oh, please.
And it was only, if I may finish, it was only when the federal courts allowed the president to delay the federal cases that there was an escape from justice. When you try to hold a president accountable for violating the law, that is not weaponizing the Department of Justice, that is upholding the rule of law.
Sir.
Yeah, this guy, total sociopath, because, you know, no matter what they bring up to him, he just continues to talk, straight face. The only thing that distracted him was that lady walking down the hallway. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, do me the favor of liking the video. But, here's the thing with Adam Schiff. Sadly, we're going to have to get used to him because he is going to be a part of politics, at least for the next 6 years. And I know I always see people say, well, who voted for this guy? The same dumbasses that hired that incompetent DEI fire chief in L.A. The same idiots, okay, the same idiots that hired that moron to run the water system of Southern California that has no water in it for the fire hydrant. So if you're wondering who voted for him, the people that brought you the fires in Los Angeles, that's who voted for this guy. That's just, that's who voted for Schiff. I mean, And, all this, you see everything that's going on out there in Southern California. And while people outside of California, like in the real world, like me and you guys, that are calling out everything that's going on in California with these DEI incompetents, and as many people that are out there whining and complaining and griping, when this is all over, they're still going to vote for Democrats, even if they did. Let's just say that they recalled Gavin Newsom and they did whatever process to remove Karen Bass, this idiot mayor of Los Angeles. They would just get replaced with other Democrat idiots. So, no, they're not going to be red-pilled out there by this. They're not. They're just, California liberals believe that they're another country. They really don't view themselves as part of the rest of the United States in so many ways. And there's a snob. They're kind of like liberal Californians are the same way towards the rest of this country that French Canadians are to Canada, right? They don't care for it too much. They don't like it. And, that's just the way it is. But, you just got to understand these things. I wish it wasn't that way, but that's the way that it is. That's the way it's going to be. You're going to have these lunatic Democrats that are going to continue with this DEI stuff. Didn't earn it. California, what it looks like the Democrats are doing, even with the fires, is they're considering themselves like MAGA-free California, where liberalism reigns. So, whatever. Now, this video here has been circulating a lot, and no one could convince me that, and I'll show this to you guys, is Kamala tanked here? Is she completely intoxicated? And we got so lucky that this idiot, Willie Brown's girlfriend, did not win the presidential election, because it's not just that she's stupid. She obviously has some kind of hardcore drinking problem or something. I mean, it's been rumored for a while, but watch this.
Head up, shoulders back.
That's it.
With grace,
Yes.
and with purpose, and with faith, and with the knowledge that we are all in this together.
Yes.
Doing extraordinary.
We're all in this together. What is this, High School Musical?
So I thank everyone, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah. I mean, she is completely tanked right there. She's probably been mostly drunk since she lost to Trump. Remember, she couldn't even, like Hillary Clinton, she couldn't come out and concede on election night. So she's been in a serious depression. And when someone is an alcoholic like this, when they're under stress, they're drinking even more. But the reality of the situation is, we won. Trump has a mandate. The majority of the people in the United States are on board with us. Okay? And we're going to get done what Donald Trump promised to get done. You've seen Tom Homan. I'm going to play some audio later on the stream here. Tom Homan is out there saying, we're going to start deporting on day one. He's even saying that mayors who obstruct, they're going to put them in jail. Okay, so it's got to be done. It's got to be done. The idea that these local government officials can override the president of the United States and aid and abet fugitives from justice, which are the illegals in this country, those days are over. But, there is this minority of snooty liberals that are living in La La Land. Listen to this guy.
If you are wondering why we will never have free college in the United States and why we will continue to lag behind other countries in reading and writing, it's because the only voter base that is still voting Republican is non-college educated whites.
Oh, okay. So the only people that are voting Republican are non-college age white people. Trump voted for himself. He went to college. The Democrats, this is a common, I'll play the rest of what this idiot has to say. But the Democrats, you see this all the time on CNN around election time when they're going over polls, no matter what election it is. They always tell us that Republicans poll higher among the non-college graduate, the non-college educated. And the reason that they promote that is they want to give the idea that only stupid people that are uninformed vote Republican. And I got news for you, okay? Some of the dumbest people I've ever known in my life have advanced college degrees. As an example, look at Kamala Harris. She has a law school degree, right? So she has a graduate degree. And she's as dumb as a doorknob, right? So, and some of the smartest people I've known never went to college. Like Rush Limbaugh didn't go to college. But, let them sit around and feel intellectually superior.
If you are wondering why we will never have free college in the United States and why we will continue to lag behind other countries in reading and writing, it's because the only voter base that is still voting Republican is non-college educated whites. If non-college educated whites didn't vote in this election, Kamala Harris would have won in a landslide. The reason...
Well, and they want to say, well, it's because they're more informed. Maybe college graduates vote... not only did I go to college, almost everyone I know went to college, okay, and has a degree. That people in my immediate circle, of people I interact with, people I work with. And everyone I know, and they're college graduates, vote Republican. Now, so I don't know if it's true. And look at the youth vote that we got, thanks to Charlie Kirk at Turning Point. But there's a lot of college graduates there, too. So I don't know if today there are more liberals or conservatives among college graduates. But what they talk about with this is really an admission that the university system is a liberal indoctrination zone, and they brainwash young people in college to be Democrats. There's a lot of that going on. I know some of you have been calling in. I'm sorry I had the ringer down, but if you'd like to call in, please do. The phone lines are open. The toll-free number is pinned in the live chat if you're watching live. All right, so let's go back to this snooty, snobby liberal who thinks he's more educated than everyone.
Voting Republican is non-college educated whites. If non-college educated whites didn't vote in this election, Kamala Harris would have won in a landslide. The reason that there will never be free college is because people who have a college education vote Democrat. The reason that we will never have free college in the United States of America is because non-college educated whites are the only voter base continuing to prop up the Republican Party. And the only way the Republican Party can stay in power is by making sure that as few white people get a college education as possible.
Well, part of the thing too with college, most of college education is useless, right? Just useless. Unless you got like a specialized degree. And one of the reasons that employers prefer, in some instances, but not all, college, like right now, I saw that Elon Musk was advertising on X. He's looking for someone to write a program or assist on something with, I'm not sure if it was SpaceX or X. And he said, no college degree required or education. Just send us some examples of your code, which I thought was fantastic. But one of the reasons you don't want free college is you turn college into a high school diploma. But one of the reasons that some employers prefer college graduates is not because of what they learned in college. It's because it shows like some dedication to something. You worked a little harder to get something, There's some of that. But the snootiness from these people. Now, I'm not going to play everything this idiot had to say, but Bill Gates met with President Trump.
Have you met with Donald Trump since the election?
Yeah, I had a chance to go have a long and actually quite intriguing dinner with him.
Okay, so that's all I need to hear from this weirdo, Bill Gates. By the way, Windows, one-hit wonder Windows here. This is a great example of the college-educated liberal snob when you're looking at Bill Gates here. Okay, Bill Gates, because like 30 or 40 years ago he invented Windows. And he's not the richest man in the world, not even close, because that's Elon Musk. Bill Gates thinks he's smarter than Trump. And by the way, did Bill Gates graduate college? For some reason, did Bill Gates not drop out of college? I'm pretty sure he did. I could be wrong. But regardless of that, Bill Gates thinks he's smarter than Trump. He's intellectually superior to Trump, and that he can manipulate Trump. That's what this entire nonsense with this interview, which I can't stomach to listen to Bill Gates, and I'm not gonna share it with you. You can go and look it up. It's on my Twitter at Brian Craig Show. But no, Trump is brilliant. In fact, he is probably one of the smartest people that has ever been president. Yeah, Bill Gates did not graduate college. I think he's a dropout. So maybe that one guy in that cheap-looking suit that I was playing earlier needs to check out his liberal buddy Bill Gates. Oh, man. Yeah, I know I'm going a little faster than I normally do through things today because I got a busy day. So I've got somewhere I got to be this morning, and so I was busy before the stream, so I started a little late today. So I'm going through things a little faster than I normally would. But, the Trump derangement syndrome is strong. And this guy here, listen to this joker. This guy's got like the same strain of Trump derangement syndrome that Joy Reid has, but he's white.
He is not going to be sworn in, and he will not be our next president. How I know that for certain?
Listen to this.
Comes from the knowledge of some information I found out last night that I didn't know. We all know that when Biden was sworn in, the one person not present at his inauguration was who? Donald Trump. He lacked the character to be.
So now what he's saying is President Trump, what this idiot thinks is that President Trump is actually going to be arrested at the inauguration. Okay, that's what he's saying. President Trump is actually going to be arrested at the inauguration, and he's explaining how he knows that's going to happen.
He is not going to be sworn in, and he will not be our next president. How I know that for certain comes from the knowledge of some information I found out last night that I didn't know. We all know that when Biden was sworn in, the one person not present at his inauguration was who? Donald Trump. He lacked the character to be there, to share in another man's joy, to have the character to say, I didn't win the election, you did. But here's a guy that's been given everything on a silver platter his whole life. He was born on third base and thought he hit a triple.
Oh, my goodness.
And he couldn't be at Joe Biden's inauguration. So what I found out last night is, I'm thinking, when is Donald Trump going to be arrested? And now I know that he's going to be arrested at his inauguration. because there's going to be 3 people not present there.
I mean, you know, these are amazing because these Trump derangement syndrome sufferers, like this idiot, I'll play the rest of it. These Trump derangement syndrome sufferers were 2 days away from President Trump's inauguration, right? We are 2 days, 2 hours, and 40 minutes away from the inauguration of President Trump as the 47th president of the United States. And these never-Trumpers are still hanging on to these hopes that something's going to happen. And so this guy is, Trump's going to be arrested at the inauguration.
You know, I'm thinking, when is Donald Trump going to be arrested? And now I know that he's going to be arrested at his inauguration. Because there's going to be 3 people not present there. They are Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton.
Good.
And their wives
Good.
will not be present at Donald Trump's inauguration on Monday. They will not be there.
Good.
Not just because they know that he's an asshole, they don't want to be near him or around him, but because it's a security risk.
Don't you love all these Democrats, all these liberals who all of a sudden think George Bush is a good guy?
It's a security risk that they don't want our presidents to be subject to. The inauguration, the steps that have been taken, 30 miles of high quality, well-built fencing. This is very difficult to negotiate. It's not easy to get over. 30 miles of that. Cement blocks and 25,000 law enforcement officers. Those things are in place to quelch a second insurrection.
Oh.
Because the powers...
Why would Trump lead another insurrection? He just won. He's going to be sworn in. Would he be? Is this guy, the Trump derangement so deep in this guy? If Trump were to lead an insurrection, it would be an insurrection against himself, right?
Easy to get over. 30 miles of that. Cement blocks and 25,000 law enforcement officers. Those things are in place to quelch a second insurrection. Because the powers that be know
what an idiot.
That the Proud Boys and girls there that are invited into Washington, D.C. this Sunday to celebrate Donald Trump's victory. That's why he invited them in on Sunday, so they can celebrate. He knows that they're there.
Got to check in.
To come to his back, because he knows something's up. To have his back on Monday.
By the way, isn't it cement? Not cement? Isn't that what the Beverly Hillbillies had, a cement pond?
The systems are in place. They can't have his back. They can attempt to have his back, but they'll be arrested and put down. So there you go. This is probably one of my most meaningful videos.
If this is one of his most, I don't know who this guy is. He must be one of those college educated, that guy in the cheap suit was talking about. If this is one of his best videos, I got to see some more from this guy.
One of my reaching out to you, and hopefully it'll be one of my shortest. I'm learning to curb it. I'm going to be better. I'll be better at providing information and not going on so long. So
yes.
There you go. The 15th, the hearing on election interference. The next day, yesterday, Joe Biden signs an addendum to an executive order 13694, making it a crime to undermine the election process.
Oh, my goodness, this guy. So Trump's going to be arrested at the inauguration. He's going to lead an insurrection against himself. These people, the Trump, I would normally say I almost feel bad, but I don't. I don't feel bad for these people. Everything they've put Trump through, the Trump family, and all of us in this country through, these last 10 years of their war against Trump, and the last 4 years of suffering that this country has gone through with this senile, old, corrupt coot Joe Biden and Willie Brown's girlfriend, this drunken wino, Kamala Harris's reign, not just through inflation, but how many people are dead or have been victimized in some other way due to the illegals that they've been bringing in here. You know, during the Christy confirmation hearing yesterday, one of the Republican senators pointed out that Mayorkas brought in, what was it? Was it 12,000 murderers and 16,000 rapists, or was it 16,000 rapists and 12,000 murderers? It was one or the other. What the hell? Who brings rapists and murderers into the country? Well, sadly, it's Democrats. You know, and they do it with pride. And if you don't want rapists and murderers coming into the country illegally, you're some kind of bigot or something. So they say something's wrong with you. Now, there's been a lot of talk that the Obamas are going through a divorce, you know, and all this stuff. And I don't know if they're going to go through a divorce or not, but the story broke yesterday all over the news. And my wife and I talked about this months ago on my podcast, that Obama has been having a relationship with Jennifer Aniston for quite some time. And it was the lead story in the Daily Mail yesterday and reported in many other places. And Michelle not showing up lately, it's because it's not that she found out Obama was having an affair with Jennifer Aniston. She's known about that. I knew about it, so she knew about it. But now everybody knows about it. And that pissed her off. She's humiliated. And not only does everyone know about it, it's not just that he's having an affair with a white woman. So it's double insult to injury. And then it was Michelle's birthday, and people were pointing out that Obama didn't wish her happy birthday on X. Now, I'm here to tell you, I never wish my wife happy birthday on social media. I just wish her happy birthday in the morning when we wake up on her birthday, right? I mean, you know. But so the Obamas wanted everybody to know everything was okay. So they took a photograph together and posted it on social media. Look at this. Could these two be further apart? I mean, this is like a table in the mansion at Downton Abbey, okay? And they can hardly reach each other. And Michelle has very long arms. Could these two be further apart? Does this photograph look like a happily married couple that's celebrating Michelle's birthday together? Or do they look like they hate each other so much, even as they're trying to portray to the world that they're together, they can't sit even near each other? I mean, my goodness, they're so far apart. And I guess all that wine back there, that's probably Kamala's stash. I don't know. Give me a break. Oh my goodness. It's insane. It's insane. But you gotta love it. Oh. Oh. Oh, the coffee went down the wrong way. Hold on. I'm gonna choke. This is how you go viral on YouTube. You choke to death while you're live streaming. Hold on. The coffee went down the wrong way. Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, I know. You know, Michelle Obama. You know, her hands and feet are so big. If she walked barefoot in the woods and she left a footprint, they would probably think Sasquatch was there, right? Oh my goodness, because the footprint would be so big. Now, I guess that kind of the theme on the stream here is Trump derangement syndrome, and this is not Elvis Costello. This is Rachel Maddow. Listen to Rachel Maddow.
Everybody in the kind of punditocracy is talking about, which is that people.
The what plutocracy?
Everybody in the kind of punditocracy is talking.
The pundit plutocracy? What the hell is that? The pundit plutocracy. Oh, my goodness.
Everybody in the kind of punditocracy is talking about, which is that people are scared and exhausted. But I also think that people are being strategic, knowing.
Are you scared or exhausted? I like how Rachel Maddow here speaks for everybody.
Everybody in the kind of punditocracy is talking about, which is that people are scared and exhausted. But I also think that people are being strategic, knowing that the Trump administration is going to be here for 4 years and then we'll see. Knowing that those early demonstrations were important, I think, in terms of establishing a sense for Trump that there was going to be something he was going to have to push against, establishing among those the majority of the country who didn't vote for Trump that they were not alone and that the country still stood for things other than Trumpism. I think that was all important, but I think those sort of those stakes were sort of planted then, and I'm not sure that everybody feels like the thing that's needed right now is mass demonstration in the street in protest of his inauguration. Now, if there are mass deportation efforts and mass anti-immigrant raids, and they are carried out in the spirit that Stephen Miller and Tom Homan and Donald Trump and J.D. Vance have been talking
That's
about
right.
for the last few months. And
Now, you like how they're trying to tell us that, J.D. Vance and Trump are anti-immigrant. Melania, our first lady, is an immigrant, and I don't know if J.D. Vance's wife was born in the United States, but she's certainly the child of immigrants, isn't she?
Tom Homan and Donald Trump and J.D. Vance have been talking about for the last few months. And those start, as is being reported today in the Wall Street Journal and elsewhere, those start within hours of the inaugural. I think that we are going to see resistance to those things. I think we are going to.
Really? There's going to be resistance to Trump. Is Rachel Maddow announcing that liberals are planning an insurrection against Trump? If you're resisting, President Trump will be the sitting president of the United States, giving lawful orders to repel invaders from our borders, from inside our borders, the illegals. And she says there's going to be resistance. That is interruption of government business. If you are obstructing the deportation, you are interrupting government business. And Rachel Maddow and the pundit plutocracy told us that is an insurrection. And there's a lot of people that have been sitting in the D.C. Gitmo for years for doing what Rachel Maddow's announcing that the Democrats, the liberals, are going to do after Trump's inauguration.
Inaugural. I think that we are going to see resistance to those things. I think we are going to see communities react to households and businesses being raided and families being torn apart and them trying to build camps to put people in and all of that stuff they say they're going to do. That's going to start, according to recent reporting, within 24 hours of the swearing in. And I think that sort of reactive demonstration we should probably count on. And I think...
Oh, my goodness. Could you imagine hanging out with Rachel Maddow? She never shuts up. She just sits around and pontificates like she's some oracle of knowledge, and people are just supposed to circle around and listen to all the brilliance that comes out of her mouth.
I think the cities where they're threatening these deportation actions in the first 24 hours, whether it's Chicago or New York or LA or Miami or Denver or wherever else they're going to try, I think there is going to be a local reaction. I don't know how well organized or visceral it's going to be, but that could potentially be a big deal. And I think that we should be ready, again, sort of ready for anything in terms of what that turns into.
Okay, so she's talking about that there will be a liberal insurrection against President Trump and his lawful orders to defend our borders from invaders that are inside of our borders. Oh my goodness. Does this mean she's an insurrectionist now? Is she organizing, calling for, inspiring an insurrection? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. I'll go through some of these because I got to get through some of this stuff. I'm sorry, guys. Bit of a rush today. I got a lot to do. Busy day. Oh, man. Only 2 days till Trump's return. Occupy Democrats are instructing followers to wear black for a national day of mourning during Trump's inauguration. Oh, my goodness. But, all this talk of people that are not going to be at the inauguration. Did you see this? Pence is going. Pence is going to the inauguration. What the heck? Who wants to... This guy, he is psychotic. Why would he go there? Who wants him there? Fine, go there. Go there, idiot. They invite all the presidents and vice presidents get invited. But getting invited does not mean you have to go. And I'm wondering if I'm starting to wonder if Pence's money is starting to run out because he's all over the place. He was commenting the other day on something, and now here he is going to be at the inauguration. He's injecting himself into the news cycle a lot. So I'm wondering if he burned through whatever money the Never Trumpers gave him. Because I remember when he left the vice presidency, he got a new house, which was massive. Have you seen his house? I mean, it is, remember I mentioned that Downton Abbey? It's like Downton Abbey size. He got a massive mansion, brand new, that he moved into. So, something like that's pretty expensive to maintain. I mean, what's just the electric bill every month on a spread like that? So, yeah, Judas Pence. So, Judas Pence most definitely must be running low on cash and is trying to get out there, because if you remember, when he was doing interviews right after the election, he had a book out, and no matter what they asked him, he would say, well, if you read my book, or the answer's in my book, so now, I don't know if he's got another book out, but he's definitely trying to make the circuit. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name's Brian Craig. I'm a radio talk show host, YouTuber, podcaster. I kind of do everything. And I live stream every day of the week, but mostly during the week. I'm live in the morning for 3 hours when I'm on the radio. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. You'll love my channel. I promise you. This is without question where MAGA comes to talk. And we are in MAGA America now. This is the United States of MAGA. And it's so nice that the majority of the country, we have united behind Trump. We're all together as one. And these lunatics that I've been playing these clips from, they're a cult. They call us a cult. They're a cult. A cult is a tiny little group. The mass can't be a cult. We are MAGA. We are mainstream. And these Never Trumpers, they are the cult. And just think about it. All these lunatics and insane people that you've been hearing from on the program this morning, these are the people that have been running the country the last 4 years. Now we got the grown-ups back. We got Americans back now. Well, listen, guys, I got to run. But like I say, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. If you're already subscribed, do me the favor of liking the video. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Take care.